Hi, welcome to the Motion Picture Notion. I'm your host, Gabriel Burton. So I'm a little late to the party on this one, but today I just watched Bad Times. I keep wanting to say Fast Times at Ridgemont High. No, Bad Times at the El Royale. In short, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool movie. It was directed by Drew Goddard, who directed The Cabin in the Woods and also co-wrote it with Joss Whedon, which I thought was also a very clever movie. On its surface, it has the formula of a whodunit. It kind of reminds me actually a little bit of Identity, with all these characters that, you know, come to this one hotel, and you sort of their backstories start to unfold like as the movie goes along. It's a concept that's been done a million times before, you know, but the question is the directing good? I mean, most horror movies, even like James Wan and stuff like that, the actual style of horror movie has been done before. It's just that James Wan is an amazing director. Well, I believe Drew Goddard is also an amazing director, and I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's bizarre. There's something kind of off about it the whole time, and I really do think that has to do with the allegory, which I perceive to be like Christianity and kind of the battle between good and evil. That's my take on it. I might get into spoilers later in the video, but if I do, I will warn you beforehand. So essentially, there's a hotel called the El Royale where there's a line going straight through it, and it divides Nevada from California. So you have all these characters. You have John Hamm. I don't really want to get into these characters' backstories because it's going to ruin stuff. You got Jeff Bridges, who appears to be a priest. At the beginning of the movie, you're shown something very vague, that something was buried beneath the floorboards in this one room in this hotel. And from the outset, you kind of get the feeling that a lot of these characters have, you know, a reason for being where they are. This movie does have a very like slow burn. It's not like a very, you know, action every second. I mean, shit happens. Some people get shot and there's some peril, and but it's not like an action movie. It's a very slow burn. It's a very almost Tarantino-esque in that like a lot of it is dialogue between characters. But the dialogue is good, as is the directing. And even at the beginning, where you're trying to decipher everything and you're starting to piece things together, but you still don't really know what the hell's going on. Sort of like Close Encounters, except that, I mean, Close Encounters, it really was the whole movie that, like, you're watching all this shit and you see him building these structures and you're like, wait, what the hell is he doing? And it's not until, like, the very end of the movie that, like, you really understand what's going on, and then when you go back and rewatch it, you enjoy it arguably even more because of that. It's a similar thing. Like, a bunch of shit is happening at the beginning of the movie with all these characters and you don't fully understand it, but again, the writing and the directing and the acting, it's all so captivating. You have an interest in all these characters and seeing it unfold. And you really do expect there to be some big reveals by the end of the movie. There were a couple things that shocked me. I did figure a couple things out as well. But overall, I mean, it was a very entertaining experience. Like, you really could, from the get-go, you're kind of hooked. You really want to see where it goes. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm kind of thinking, now watch, they're going to crap out at the ending. It's going to be like an amazing movie, and then they're going to just not know how to end it. That's the worst, man. I would rather have a movie that's just outright awful than a movie that is absolutely brilliant and then just totally shits out at the end. That's the absolute worst. Okay, so I am going to get into spoiler territory so I can get into this a little more. Chris Hemsworth, who is an awesome Chris. I don't know if he's my favorite Chris. Whatever, that doesn't matter. Plays a really bad dude. And you would think, like, because even when you see him in interviews, he's like jovial and he's kind of like, you know, typical like Aussie. Like, yeah, mate, right, except way deeper voice and more masculine because he's like 8 feet tall and jacked as hell. But yeah, he does a surprisingly awesome job of playing a really, really terrible person. And again, nothing like supernatural happens in this movie, but it like sort of walks the line. It's like you almost feel like there's an undercurrent, like maybe not like a guiding force, but you feel like it's a sneeze away from being like, he's the devil, you know. And I kind of do think that was like the allegory of the whole thing, again, because there was a lot of Christian like kind of undertones. Jeff Bridges playing a priest, but he's actually not a priest. He was the brother of the guy who buried the thing beneath the floorboards, and it turns out that it's basically just a shitload of cash that they robbed back in the day. There is a theme of repentance with most of the characters. most of them have some sort of like shady history or something, but they're kind of like looking to, you know, as Shakespeare once said, live the purer with the other half. Throw the worser part, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, there's a theme of like repentance in the movie. Also, there are some like less than subtle things, like, you know, Chris Hemsworth when he leans in and he's talking to Jeff Bridges, he goes like, "I'm just gonna tell you something. I hate priests," and stuff like that. And even the way he looks, it screams the devil, you know. And I mean, the way things work out in the movie, obviously he's not actually the devil, but it does seem to be like good and evil clashing with one another. You know, the cult, this really awful dude comes in, he's holding these people captive, and the hotel towards the end of the movie when shit goes down is on fire, and just the illumination and stuff, it feels like, and with Jeff Bridges there dressed as a priest, it feels like they're in hell fighting the devil. I mean, that's my interpretation of the movie. Like, maybe I'm going way out there with the whole thing, but that's what I got from it. I thought that it was cool that they were able to kind of give you that feeling in a movie that's surprisingly pretty grounded. All in all, I thought it was a good movie. I will admit, I was expecting like a bit more of like a kind of twisty-turny ending, but I mean, in all God's honesty, that was really my preconceived notions about the film. It's not like a mark against it or anything. It's not that the ending was bad. It's just, it was a pretty straightforward ending. I mean, the real twists and turns were as characters' stories were unfolding. And some were genuine surprises, others were a little bit more on the predictable side. But again, at the end of the day, not the most original movie ever to come out, but the style and the directing and the acting and the writing were all so good and so compelling that I found it impossible to stop watching it. So if you ever get the chance, if you haven't already, I would definitely recommend that film. It's not bad. And that's all she wrote.